very fun drinking coffee on camera. So, there's something called Authortube, where writers, authors talk about their writing tips and everything, and I was like, I need to be part of that. I think it's exciting that there's a community full of writers and authors ready to share their experiences with the world and everything. Granted, none of them drank raw eggs for it, but the thing I did for my book was I drank raw eggs. I wonder if Authortube does that. Listen, okay, planning a video was so much easier when I just kind of went with it. I did whatever. Doing a tag, answering questions and planning it is a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. It's been a while than here. So there's this thing called Authortube, and it's a very recent discovery, and I decided that I wanted to be a part of it because once upon a time I started this YouTube channel for my book specifically. The first video I've ever posted was the Slave Trade series Halloween video, where I did a series of challenges so people could share my Facebook page that I made for my book. So, full circle, I guess. This is the third time that I'm recording this, and it just sucks, so I'm just gonna go with it now, because I've not given up, but these questions are from JennaTheDarkOne on the Authortube Newbie Tag. I'll leave the link in the description box below so you can do it too if you want to. These are her questions and I'm going to answer them as best as I can because this is the third time that I'm recording this, and I do tend to ramble, so I'm going to try and be very brief, short and to the point with these questions because I rambled a lot and it's very unnecessary. To the point, here we go. How did you find out about Authortube? I found out about Authortube by accident a couple years ago when I first started my YouTube channel. It was in order to promote the Slave Trade series Facebook page, which is my story, and I did it, I promoted it by making a video of all these different challenges. And then last year I found out about something called BookTube, and I wondered if anyone combined the two to create Authortube. So in the YouTube search engine bar, I just typed in Authortube, and the first video that popped up was JennaTheDarkone's on the Authortube Newbie Tag. So I was like, okay, let's do it. What genres do you write in? I normally write in 5 genres. I'll make a different video about why I write in these genres specifically. These 5 are the ones I prefer to write in. It's supernatural, paranormal, fantasy, horror and action. Question 3. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view and category? So my preferred writing tense would have to be present. I've always written in present tense. Past tense has been fun, but I feel like it's more lively if I write in present tense. That way the reader follows along exactly with what's happening while it's happening. This is my personal opinion, but I feel like the reader connects more to first person writing because you get to feel more and see more and get a better understanding of what's going on with first person than with third person. Although I like the third person because it's more informative, but for me first person feels a lot more personal. Category, I have no idea. I think my preferred category would have to be new adult, maybe. Mostly because I've gotten more mature, my scenes have gotten more mature and they have
my scenes are very mature and gory, and I feel like that's not appropriate for young adults maybe, so maybe new adults.
But honestly, I have no idea. Are you a plotter, pantser, or plancer? I had no idea what these were, so I had to go and Google what these were. So for those of you that don't know, a plotter is someone that plans something from beginning to end. So all the subplots, all the twists, everything is planned out from beginning to end, even before you actually start writing your story. A pantser is someone that just kind of sits in front of the computer and just writes whatever. They don't have a plan, they don't have a plot, they don't have a world, they just sit and they go. Wow. A plancer or planter, however you say it. I don't think it's a South African word. A planter is a mixture of both the plotter and the pantser. It's when you know the details, you know the characters, you know the plot, you know the ending and everything, but everything in between is kind of like spaced out. You have no idea where you're going or what you're doing. For me as a writer, I think I am a planter. I know where I'm going with my story, I know my plot, I know my plan, I know my characters, I know my twists, but everything in between is just kind of like, I have no idea. I just kind of go for it. So I'm definitely a planter. Question 5. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am yet to be published.
I have got a poem that I wrote when I was like 13, but I don't think that counts. It's been published in some school competition thing. I don't have anything published yet. That's kind of a dream to be published.
At the moment, I am yet to be published. Question 6. What is your dream publishing house or literary agent? I honestly haven't given much thought to this. At the moment, I'm more concerned about just getting some readers to read it. When it comes time to publishing, I'll definitely start considering some options. What Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm kind of a pantser in that section. I normally just, if I want to make a video, I normally just sit in front and I just go. I have got a couple of ideas. I've got this interesting one where I do character sketches and scenes. I don't think I can give writing advice. I mean, I can try, but I think it would be like the blind leading the blind, because I need advice myself. So when it comes to Authortube related videos, I guess we'll just kind of have to wait and see. When did I start writing? I started writing very, very young. I think it was grade 1. So when you're about 6 or 7, I think when they started teaching us how to write, I was already writing stories. Yeah, they taught us the alphabet and I was writing stories. What was the first story you ever wrote? So I've got 2 like writer milestones, I suppose I'll call them. I remember the first like book I ever wrote. I was also very, very young. It must have been around grade 1 or grade 2. It was around Christmas time. I still remember taking blank pages, folding them and like turning it into a book, illustrated it myself and wrote everything down. That was about, I don't remember all the details. All I know, it was about a Christmas elf that lived in a snow globe. Okay. Our second story milestone will be the story I first wrote on the computer. I wrote that story in about 2005. I actually still have it. I printed it out. I'll maybe read it for you guys one day. It's very cringy and horrible and awful, but I'll read it for you. It was called 94 Hours and it was about a dragon race. What authors have inspired your writing the most? So the authors that inspire me the most, I was definitely more inspired as I got older. The author that inspires me the most is J.R. Ward. She's the author of the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I just love the way she twists a classic myth like vampires and turns it into something completely different. And she's just amazing. She's just amazing. I absolutely love her. The Black Dagger Brotherhood series is probably my favorite series of all time. Well, I know J.R.R. Tolkien is also a huge person that I have a lot of respect and inspiration for with the Hobbit series and Lord of the Rings. And schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you find the time. I am not a scheduled person. I just kind of, hang on. Oh, bless me, excuse me. I'm not a scheduled person. I kind of just sit and go. So
it's a little bit difficult sometimes where like if I'm standing and shopping and an idea comes to me, it's just on the phone, quick type a little idea. But yeah, I'm not a scheduled person. I just kind of go with it.
Question 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, or write everything by hand or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I have only written on a typewriter once when I was very, very young, so I don't think that counts. I normally type on my laptop. All of my stories are on my laptop or on hard drives. If I'm stuck with a scene in particular and I've been stuck on it for about 3 days, then I'll turn to handwriting everything. I feel like a change of scenery, if that makes sense, really gets the juices flowing, and often that's how I get out of a writer's block situation, by writing on paper. Where do I write in general? I write anywhere.
I write in the kitchen, I write in the lounge, I write in my bedroom, I write anywhere and everywhere. I don't have specifics.
Most looking forward to, now that you are part of Authortube, the thing I'm most looking forward to is hopefully getting some new readers to read my story. I think that's something, I don't know, that just gives me the warm and fuzzies. And I'm looking forward to meeting some new writers, learning how they, learning about their writing process, how they write their characters and their stories. I'm just excited to meet some new writers. I think you can learn a lot from other writers. And I think that's it for my first Authortube video of 2018. Hey, full of ideas, but you're just going to have to wait and see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Is going to be the death of me, honestly.